Hello friends, and welcome to the Gamer Down. This is your host Darkhosis, and today we're looking at Magicka. But first I'd like to know, what in the hell is that on my table here? I know what it looks like, but I don't know why I'd have it on a table. Beats the hell out of me. On to the game now. I'm starting after the tutorial since our good buddy Total Biscuit did such an excellent review of this game already, but I thought there might be a little more to look at, and since I do reviews and he also does reviews, even though he's 1,000 times better than I am at it, I still try. But if you haven't seen it, I do highly recommend going over to Total Biscuit's channel and checking out his tutorial review, and it shows a little more of the gameplay. Here I'm just really messing about, looking around. This game, it's a spoof on Dungeons and Dragons, obviously, and it makes fun of just about everything. As you can hear, all the voice acting sounds like the Swedish Chef from the Muppets, but that's okay, it's pretty damn funny, actually. This game really is quite hilarious and has a really good sense of humor to it. And I really love the modeling for the characters. I mean, they're just so damn hilarious with giant heads and tiny bodies. Can't really go wrong with that. How you play this game is you combine elements such as fire, water, air, and whatever that thing is to heal you. And what you do is you can combine them into seems like an almost infinite number of spells, which is pretty damn awesome. I mean, it's like, I was messing around earlier and just combining different things, and it's like, man, when does it end? There's so many different combinations. And as you can see here, I mean, this is when I was very first learning the game, and I was trying to figure out what in the hell to do to this door here. And one thing I don't like is the camera angle. Is there's no way to pan it around. At least there's no way I've found to pan it around. And you're kind of locked into this one camera angle, and you can't really zoom in or out. And I finally figured out that if I set this darn thing on fire, that it just might come down. And let's see, here it goes. Sorry about the lag too. There's a little issue with my fraps. I don't know what the heck's going on with that, but I'm working very hard to figure it out. So in the chest here we found the white wizard staff. So it's a little bit of an upgrade, I guess. It's kind of hard to tell when you can't see your equipment. I haven't found a command for that either. Let's see what these guys are doing. And some of the dialogue is hilarious. You really have to read it. I would try to read it all for you, but that would just take way too long. Yeah, but it is worth reading if you want to pause the video and look at it. Pretty good sense of humor in this game. Firsty!
Grandma, nulla grandma.
Well, enough of that. Let's go look around and see what we can see here. The graphics, they're pretty cool, but I've seen better, of course. But they're not too bad. No mail for you. Nothing but spam. And there goes the lag again. Anyway, this guy, he said that one day he's going to be able to knock these little test dummies down, so I thought I'd give a whack at it. I thought maybe that was part of a quest or something, but this turns out that all you do is just do some damage. I guess you can just go there to practice your spells and the different combinations and everything. Here I'm just tossing out a little fire. I do love the fire the best. I mean, that seems to really put a hurt on most of the enemies here.
En då var det trupper jag kan träffa så bra. Nej. Bara spassa norrut. Det passar värre nu.
Obviously, goblins about. But, that's funny. I mean, it seems like the only monsters I've encountered so far are goblins. I mean, there's pirate goblins and cave goblins, big goblins, small goblins, and Actually, I take that back. There was one troll actually earlier that I came across, but there is a hell of a lot of goblins of all different types in this game. And here I was looking around and I noticed that there was a treasure on top of this little pole here. And I was trying to figure out how to get up to it. See, there it is right there. And I imagine that when you make it around the lake that you get to the top there some way. And of course wizards can't swim, so you must freeze the water. Well, you know, that's pretty awesome mechanic right there. Except when you freeze it, be sure and walk over it immediately. Don't do what I just did and go look at the little treasure, the little sparkly again, because by the time you get back over to your little frozen patch, it's going to be gone and you're going to die horribly, just like I did, like a total idiot. So let's try that again. It wouldn't be called The Gamer Down without a few deaths, if you were wondering. And here we go, back at the top. Kind of a ways back from where we died. That kind of sucks. So, but do expect to die a lot as you learn this game. As I was learning this game, I was dying quite a bit. So, you know, there's little tricks you have to learn as you go along. Like, you have to remember to heal yourself, like, constantly. If you aren't healing yourself constantly, then your chances of dying are quite high, and you probably will die. So just keep healing and keep pumping out your fire and your other spells. I like to combine the fire and the earth, man. It makes this huge fiery boulder and just really causes some havoc. So let's see if we can get past this little bridge here now. And a little ice out and make a huge patch if I can. If I can get through this lag. This lag really sucks, I tell you. Alright, got past that. And as you can see, here's a little stone that if you click on it, then it'll restore your health up. And I thought it said that you could save here, but I didn't see anywhere you could save at. So just keep moving along here. And another pretty little stone that you can't click on. And into the next area. Takes a little time to load, doesn't it? And coming around, and I believe this is our first quest up here. Sorry, ma'am, I don't speak Italian. When she says rats, kill her rats, she means these goblins, I believe. So, here we are, gonna kill us some goblins, and this is really the first combat I ever tried, so it's a little wanky here. So I just really start going nuts and just start spamming fire everywhere. And it says like goblins are weak, are generally weak against fire, so definitely use your fire against the goblin guys. And I was having so much lag, and you can see I have a goblin on top of my head right here, which is awesome, you know. And he's causing me to walk, and just, you know, you lose control of your guy. It's so damn hilarious. I must admit the animations and everything for this game are really funny, and they did a really good job on them. There you can get a little bit better view of the one that's hanging on my head. And see, he just like, he's forcing me to almost move into the next zone here. I was worried I was going to zone out. Yep, I did zone out. That's right, I did. And back to the other screen here. But anyway, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, the combat is great fun, but it is hard to move and do the spells at the same time and everything. That is true. I mean, and this is before I had realized that you have to just keep healing yourself constantly. I mean, I remembered it a little bit, but you really just have to keep spamming heal the entire time. And now I go turn the quest back in, and unfortunately she has no cash for me. And I should have just got her right there, but I decided to let her live, but not without a little bit of punishment, you know. Had to go check out the little doghouse over there. And now let's move on to the next area here. And it didn't look very hospitable, did it? See, there was spiders and goblins, and I guess there is more than goblins because there's spiders right here. So there you go. There's spiders and goblins, and at least one troll in this game. So at least there's a little bit of variety. And as variety goes, there are all kinds of goblins. See, I believe I made it through this. This combat, I mean, you can die. I mean, if you forget to heal, like I seem to do quite often here, then you're gonna die and die and die. So, as you get the hang of it, you'll get better, just like any other game. There's so many different combinations, and like right here, I'm using earth and fire to form these little fiery meteors. But you know, there's so much variety. I mean, you have so many choices that it just seems so easy to get focused in on just using one spell. So I imagine that is also another aspect to this game, is mixing up your spells for each situation, because you get that little reminder. It said like goblins are weakened by fire, so it makes sense, of course. Use fire on them. And spiders, I didn't see what the weakness was on them, but I imagine they have one. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of like Street Fighter and just using the low kick move to win every match. I mean, you're just using one spell here, but I imagine that you would do much better in this game by mixing your spells up and using a variety of spells. So here we are, we finally made it to our first village, and all of a sudden a big old troll comes through the gate. Very Lord of the Rings issue, huh? Anyway, you're gonna see me die horribly here as I attempt to figure out what in the hell to do. And I know one thing that you do not do is you don't get right next to the troll. You just don't stand right in front of the guy like I do, and because you get picked up and thrown around. And there I go. I don't even know where I was at this point between the lag and the guy throwing me around. I was kind of dead meat right there. So I did a little bit better the second time around and left a little distance. At the very beginning I was like way off, way too far away, and so then I decided to move in a little bit. Actually, he was coming towards me, and I managed to get through it somehow. Just kept tossing my fiery meteors at the guy, and eventually he bit the dust. As you can see, I didn't remember to heal myself a little bit. I'd almost burned myself to death. You know how that goes. And as we reach the end of level 1 here, I'm going to wrap it up. And just want to say that Magicka is a great little game. It's a lot different than any other game I've really seen, where you combine the elements to really, you can play how you want. You can mix the water and the fire and the ice, or whatever. You can mix it all, and you can have infinite combinations with that. And you can also, there's the co-op mode, so you can play with your buddies, and that's always fun. So Magicka, definitely worth the money, but money's subjective. So I think I got my money's worth out of it. There's not a demo out for it yet, I don't believe. So there should be a demo coming out for this soon. Otherwise, go get it. Go get it off Steam or your local game store. And this has been Darkosis with the Gamer Down, and I'll see you next time.
As they approached Fonskugger Forest, it became clear that there was evil afoot.